Welcome to Tino's Time Wrestling. And on this episode, I'm going to give you a pre-show analysis on everything that's going to go down this Sunday at WrestleMania Backlash. WrestleMania is back in business for 2 months, baby. I don't know why they couldn't have just called it not WrestleMania, that's what it is called. I don't know why they just couldn't have named it Backlash. It definitely would have made more sense in my opinion, but at this build and the card is actually looking pretty good. So let's get right into things and let's go into the headlines for things that are going to go down this Sunday. Who will walk out as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions? Will Rey Mysterio and Dominic become the first and father and son team to ever win the tag titles? Can Miz find a loophole in the Lumberjack match versus Damien Priest and find a way to escape? I don't think so, because Live Forever is going to do it all. Who will walk out as the SmackDown Women's Champion? The EST, Bianca Belair, or Ding Dong Hello, Bayley? Who will walk out of the two big triple threat matches for the WWE title and for the Raw Women's title? Is it going to be Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, or Asuka? Or for the WWE champion, is it going to be Drew McIntyre? Is he going to get his baby back? Is it going to be the almighty Bobby Lashley? Or is it going to be the third man that they added in this match, the big monster among men, Braun Strowman? And let's not waste any time, and let's get right into Tino's Time predictions. And the first match I want to talk about, I mentioned it first off in the headlines, it's the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It is Rey Mysterio and Dominic, the Mysterio family, versus the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. And I just said it, Rey Mysterio and Dominic are trying to become the first ever tag team champions that are father and son. And in my opinion, I really hope that does happen. But in this match, I think that they're going to beat the crap out of each other. And I know I say that a lot in these things in my predictions, but they put on a really good match on Friday. Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler did, and I think adding Dominic and Bobby Roode, this match should definitely be really good. But in the end of the match, I am taking Rey Mysterio and Dominic to come out on top and become the first ever father and son tag team champions. That is a moment, ever since Rey Mysterio has come back to the WWE, he hasn't had like that big title run. He had that rivalry with Brock Lesnar where we thought maybe he was going to win the WWE title. He's had a little bit of a title run with the US title. He's tried to get it and stuff like that, but he's never had like that long established title run. And I think putting the tag titles on Dominic and Rey and having this be like the last kind of run for Rey Mysterio would be phenomenal after all the amazing things that he's done in his career. Why not let him go out as tag team champions with his son? That would just be a moment. I really hope that does happen. So like I said, I'm taking the Mysterio family. The next match I want to talk about is Damien Priest versus The Miz in a Lumberjack match. And for a minute, I want to talk about, there was a report out that they said that Damien Priest would have been buried if Bad Bunny performance at WrestleMania and that storyline did not be successful with The Miz and Morrison, and that is just so rude and inconsiderate to that man. He has done so much in NXT. He did all those things. If you have not yet, go watch his Chronicle on the WWE Network in the UK, but streaming on Peacock in the US. Remember, Peacock, the WWE Network is gone in the United States, if everybody hasn't figured that out yet. Go watch the Chronicle on Peacock, though. It was phenomenal, and it just made me love Damien Priest even more. So in this match, I really hope that Damien Priest finds a way to beat the crap out of The Miz. I hope he just beats the crap out of him all over the place. I hope Miz doesn't find a way out. The Miz, though, he's always going to try to find a way out. He's The Miz. The Miz, that's just what he does. He always tries to find a sneaky way out. But in the end of this match, I don't think it's going to happen, and Damien Priest is going to win. Damien Priest is a star, and he's somebody that needs needs to be in at least the U.S. title picture. I would love to see him be in the U.S. title picture. I think at one point he will be in the WWE title picture, or maybe he'll go to SmackDown and be in the Universal title picture. But let's see him beat the crap out of The Miz. Let's end the rivalry with The Miz and Morrison. It's actually been pretty good with Bad Bunny. Again, best celebrity match at WrestleMania ever. But I really hope that Damien Priest can win this match and move on from The Miz and Morrison and go on to bigger and better things, because you got it, and let's live forever, Damien Priest. So he's going to beat The Miz in that Lumberjack match. The next match on the card I want to talk about is the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. And let's take a minute to talk about the three women. We got Charlotte Flair. We got Rhea Ripley. She had an amazing debut at WrestleMania, or actually WrestleMania in front of a live audience. She performed at last year's WrestleMania, but if you remember, with COVID, she was not able to be in front of a live audience. So this year she had her amazing title run, or her amazing match at WrestleMania, and she got the Raw Women's title. And we have Asuka. The girl, Asuka, it wasn't a really good run in my opinion with the Raw Women's title. The Raw Women's title. Yeah, I just don't think that Asuka had a really good run, and I think that it was on her for way too long. And I just don't know why this match is a triple threat match. And, when this match was first announced, this match was one of the first matches announced for this pay-per-view, and, I was just feeling like this is what Vince wanted at WrestleMania. He wanted this triple threat match, but because of everything that happened with Andrade, Charlotte Flair wasn't able to perform at WrestleMania. But I think this is what Vince McMahon wanted to end up happening at WrestleMania, and now he's getting it. Let's see what's going to happen. And I'm not saying that these three women aren't going to put on a show, because they're three of the most talented women in the world. I love Rhea Ripley. I just don't know about Asuka and Charlotte Flair. I wish Rhea Ripley would have got a better opponent, like Shayna Baszler. What is Shayna Baszler doing? She lost the women's tag titles on Friday to Natalya and Naomi with Nia Jax, so hopefully Shayna will go on to bigger and better things too. But in the end of this match, I really hope that Rhea Ripley stays the champion and wins this match, and we could see her go on to face somebody else, because why are we doing a rematch, or why are we seeing this? I just don't understand it. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. But in this match, I think that Rhea Ripley's going to come out on top, and she's going to still be your Raw Women's Champion. And that's all I'm going to say about that match, because we don't want to go into that for 2 or 3 hours, because I could just vent and go on and on and on about that match. But let's talk about the women's on the SmackDown. The EST, WWE, NXT, and SmackDown, Bianca Belair has taken over since WrestleMania. Her and Sasha Banks put on a baller performance at WrestleMania, and Bianca Belair ended up coming out on top and beating Sasha Banks. And what a match it was. Those two killed each other, and Bianca Belair won, and she had a WrestleMania moment. And throughout since WrestleMania, we have not seen Sasha Banks. She's getting some time off, which is good, but her ex-best friend Bayley wanted to come in the picture, and she wanted a piece of Bianca Belair, and Ding Dong Hello thinks that she could get everything. Sorry, excuse me, guys. I had to burp. My bad. Anyway, Bayley wanted a piece of Bianca Belair, and now she's going to get her chance at the WrestleMania Backlash. And I really do love Bayley, but I love the EST. She's the fastest. She's the toughest. She is the EST of WWE. She is just the best. And I really hope to see her have the title for a very long time. So in this match, these women are going to beat the hell out of each other. But in the end, I'm taking Bianca Belair to win this match and still be your women's champion on SmackDown. The next match I want to talk about, it's the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. It includes Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, and Braun Strowman. These three men can beat the living hell out of each other all day long for me. I know we saw Drew versus Lashley, and, I talked about not liking Charlotte Flair and Asuka being in that triple threat match, but in this triple threat match, I thought Drew and Bobby did great at WrestleMania, and adding Braun, Braun had a great match with Shane McMahon, even though it didn't last too long, I still think that Shane put on a phenomenal spot. And, Braun Strowman deserves an opportunity because he has been really good throughout these past few years. And if you have watched him since he debuted with the Wyatt family, you could just see the growth that he's had. And he's a very interesting person to be added into this match. And like I said, these three are going to beat the living hell out of each other in this match. It's going to be great. But in the end of the match, I am going to take Lashley to still be your WWE champion. And let me tell you why. Because I just think that Bobby Lashley deserves to have a little bit longer of a title run. Like I said about Bianca Belair, she deserves to have a long title run too. And there's no different with Bobby Lashley. He's earned this. It's been 15 plus years since the man was able to hold a title, this is the first time he's ever held the WWE title. It's just, he deserves to have it for a very long time. And I just think, why not have him keep it till SummerSlam? And I'm down to see Bobby versus Brock Lesnar. So like I said, in this triple threat match, they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. It's gonna be a great match, but in the end, I'm taking the Almighty to keep the WWE champion. I just cannot pick you, Drew. If you guys see, I started collecting pops. I got little Drew McIntyre next to John Cena, Thugonomics, Word Life. Drew, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it on Sunday, but that's a pretty cool pop. I don't know why I started collecting these things, guys, but oh my God, they are just awesome, and I'm finding them everywhere. And I promise you, month by month, as we do these podcasts, my collection is gonna grow. And I hope you guys put in the comments ones that I could find somewhere I could find them, because I love these things, and I didn't realize how long that they've been out. They're so cool. If you WWE Universe, if you have not gone and started collecting them, go and collect them, because they're pretty cool and they're cheaper than action figures. Don't you remember back in the day when action figures were like $5 or $6? Now they're 10 or 15 or 20, $30. Like, what the heck, Toys R Us? Why can't us 25-year-olds just collect action figures? I'm just a collector. I love collecting stuff. I wish I would have kept all my action figures that I had as a kid. I had so many. I bet you guys had all the rings too. If you have and you're watching this, leave some in the comments. Leave some stories, because I'd always love to hear them. I have some myself, so throughout these shows, I'll tell you some throughout. I don't want to talk about it too much because I've already got off track talking about my Drew McIntyre pop. But let's get back to WrestleMania Backlash, and let's talk about the main event. In my opinion, this is the match that should main event the card. It's for the WWE Universal Championship. It's Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. Yes, you heard that right. That's not a stutter. That's not anything like crazy. I said Cesaro. Cesaro is in the WWE Universal title picture. Finally, Cesaro, you've come such a long way from being Antonio Cesaro to being with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger to being a Paul Heyman guy to winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You have done so many great things, and I'm so happy that you finally get this opportunity. But let's talk about the storyline for a minute, because this is the best thing going on right now on SmackDown. This storyline proves why SmackDown is the A show. Jimmy Uso recently returned after being out for 14 months. Jimmy Uso, I'm sorry, I think I said Jay. I'm sorry, I meant Jimmy Uso. He's been out for 14 months since last year's WrestleMania. He tore his ACL and he battled for 30 minutes on a torn ACL. Bravo to you, Jimmy. I don't know how the hell anybody could do that. But, I'm welcome you back, and this bloodline story has gotten so much better. He returned a couple weeks ago, Jimmy did, and it's one of those things that I really like, the right-hand man storyline with Jey Uso, and I love that Roman is like, no, I'm the head of the table, I'm doing his thing, and he's got Paul Heyman on his side. And I don't know if you didn't watch on Friday night, but Jimmy Uso had a t-shirt that said, nobody's bitch. That means he's nobody's bitch. He ain't the big dog's bitch. That's funny. I got a big dog shirt. I might need to get a new shirt, but I figured, why not? Let's support the big dog, because yeah, I love Cesaro, but in this match, I think that they're going to beat the hell out of each other. I think that this match easily it should be the main event, and it could be the best match on the card, and they're going to beat the hell out of each other. I really hope that Jey Uso will not get involved. I don't know why, but this is something to keep an eye on. I have a feeling that maybe Jimmy will help Cesaro. Maybe Jimmy will help Cesaro and that will create some type of weird storyline. Maybe. But I don't know if that's going to happen. And I don't know if WWE can take off the WWE Universal Championship off Roman Reigns right now. He is just so hot and he is just so good at everything he's doing right now. He has thrived so good as a heel and he's done everything that he's at the top of his game, that it's just one of those things that I don't know if they could take it off I don't know if they could take it off Roman's hands. So in this match, I'm going to take Roman Reigns, but I still think that it's going to be a great match in the storyline with the bloodlines, with Jimmy coming back, with Jey Uso being the right-hand man, with Roman Reigns trying to tell everybody what to do. I really do think that, it's time. I think that Cesaro will get his chance, but I just think that it's not his time yet. And, I would not be mad. I'm not saying that Cesaro can't win. I think he possibly could. I think it would be great to see Cesaro win the WWE Universal Championship. But I just personally don't know if that could happen. And I don't know if you guys have listened to all my shows, but I suck at predictions. I am horrible. So I don't know if you should really listen to, I'm just telling you how I feel, but don't go off what I say who's going to win, because my predictions throughout the whole year of doing my wrestling podcast have been horrible. I think I've had 2 pay-per-views where I've had a winning record on what I've got right and wrong. But this pay-per-view could be really, really good. It's got a lot of good matches. It's got some decent matches. And there's only 6 matches on the card. So it's I don't think that they shouldn't rush every match. You have 6 matches, so why not make each match 30 minutes? Like I was talking about the SmackDown Tag Team Championships earlier. I think that match could easily go 20 minutes, and if it does, I think that match could be a great steal in the show, great way to start off the pay-per-view. So I think that should be something that they should do. But before I do go, I want to mention some very bad things that are going on. Why is King Corbin still King of the Ring? King of the Ring should happen every single year, and I just don't understand what is going on. King Corbin needs to get rid of the gimmick, and King Corbin, you need to go on to something else. Give it to Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura for King of the Ring. Shinsuke looked pretty good with that crown. Yeah, only Shinsuke on Twitter. That's my guy. He's my favorite Shinsuke Nakamura fan. I'm sorry if I didn't get your Twitter handle right, but hopefully if you listen to this, I give you that shout out and you hear it. I want to give my shout out to all my amazing Twitter fans, because I couldn't do this without you guys. This is so much and so amazing. But let's get back to some of the good and bad things. I keep getting off track. But why let's talk about, why are they wasting Humberto Carrillo? Why are they wasting Pretty Ricochet? Why are they wasting Mustafa Ali? Why are they doing all these things? I don't understand. If you went on the bump and you watched Mustafa Ali and Ricochet, they've been putting on their own promos and they're doing their own thing and they're coming out. They're performing on Main Event. Does anybody watch Main Event? I don't watch Main Event. What day is Main Event on? Come on. Pretty Ricky versus Mustafa Ali, Ricochet would be a great rivalry to have on Monday Night Raw. And I'm falling asleep during Monday Night Raw. I don't even want to get into Monday Night Raw, because I could sit here and do a whole podcast about how I hate Monday Night Raw, because I'm falling asleep and that's not how it should be on Monday nights. I'm falling asleep at 8:30 because it's so boring. I'm done. I can't deal with I just can't deal with the wasting and how bad Monday Night Raw is. But let's go to the good things real quick before I go. And I want to say congratulations again to Tamina and Natalya for becoming your new women's tag team champions. This past Friday, Natalya and Tamina beat Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for the tag titles. And I'm really happy. I mentioned it with Rhea Ripley. I hope Shayna Baszler goes and faces her. And Tamina finally got her tag team title. She finally got a title in her hand. She's been really good since WrestleMania. And Natalya is just building her case to be a Hall of Famer. I talked about it, possible father-son tag team champion. That would be phenomenal. Let's see it. And I also mentioned the Bloodline. The Bloodline rivalry is phenomenal, and I just cannot wait to see everything that is going to go down at WrestleMania Backlash. I don't know why we just couldn't have named it WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania. Why we couldn't have just named it Backlash. It just would have made more sense. But anyway, I don't know what Vince is trying to do. I really hope that this pay-per-view is good. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. show. I hope everybody will listen. Go smash that subscribe button. Go help your boy out. Go follow me on Twitter at TinoTime1996. Go look me up on Tino's Time Wrestling and Tino Time on Instagram. And go help your boy out. I really hope everybody enjoys the pay-per-view. And until Monday, when we do a post-show analysis on everything that is going to go down this Sunday at WrestleMania Backlash, this is your boy Tino, signing out.